Hi everybody, welcome to today's Take 5. I'm Karen Yates. For those of you that don't know me, I am the Ideas into Action business coach. So I want you to learn things, but most of all I want you to implement them and change things in your business and to grow because of the things you've learned. So today's Take 5 focuses on pricing. We've had several of those this week, taking different aspects and looking at it in detail. But have you ever really wondered in your business and wished that you'd got a way that was simple to have a structure around your pricing that would allow you to make sure you were always encountering sort of people asking you for prices and you always had an answer. You always had an answer that was based on what they were going to get from your product. So, a structure that you could put in place around your pricing to allow for the value that you're giving, the return on investment that people are going to get from you, from actually working with you, the impact that you'd have on their business, all factored into your pricing structure. Well, what we've got here for you today is a quick and simple formula that you can use, that we use in our business to help us frame our prices and make sure that we're building in the right allowance for the value that we're giving to our customers. So here we go. I'm going to talk you through it. This is a really quick 5-minute overview. So it talks about two things really: the level of support that you'll be providing for people and the scale of the problem that you're going to be solving for them. Those are the two real factors, aren't they, that make the value that you're going to give them make sense. It's tangible if you can talk about those two things. So along the top then, level of support, down the side, scale of the problem you're solving. Here in this box then, this just says a system that, and then we'll go across the top, the level of support you're going to provide. Well, a system that basically it's done by them. So they do it themselves as your customers. They actually work and they do the end result and deliver the things themselves, but because you've told them how to do it. So you have a system that tells them how to do it, but it's done by them. Then we've got, you have a system in place that shows them how to do it. Not just tells them, but shows them the how they're going to do this. So that's a sort of a done with you system. You're going to do it with them, side by side with them, having some sort of interaction, some sort of coaching, some sort of instruction further than just something written down that's more interactive with you. And then finally along here, we've got the done for them solutions. And that's the stuff where you show them, but you also provide them with some dedicated support. So you do it for them. You do the work for them and provide them with things. Now, I've worked in organisations that provide all of these sorts of services. And for me, there is a clear distinction for both us as people delivering the service as to what's going to be involved at each of those levels and how much of our direct time is going to be needed to deliver at each of those levels. And for them as customers, it becomes very clear what it is you're going to provide if you can describe your services in that way. The things we'll tell you about and help you and give you instruction on, online courses that they might help themselves with, the things where we'll work through this with you, so courses that might have coaching programs attached to them. And then at the end game here, we're going to give you some coaching, we're going to give you some instruction, but we're also going to do elements of this for you that are most difficult. So in my line of business, that might be that we might have a solution that helps you to set up your landing pages or create your website, I guess. So then we come on to this bit down here. This was the size and scale of the problem that you're going to solve for your customer. And that's simple. You have a system that solves a small problem, a medium problem, or a big serious problem. Now again, when you're talking to your clients or customers, you're talking to them, and if you know them well, if you've done your groundwork like you should have done, you know who your ideal customer avatar is. You know what their pain points are. You can assume and you can guess, you can best guess in a lot of instances, what their small problems are about, what their medium problems are about, and what their big serious problems will be about. and therefore you can actually now be able to describe a solution that you could offer for your customers and clients, telling them very clearly in one go what it is you're going to provide as the support, and directly the impact, the return on investment, the payback and results they're going to get from that very clearly. So if you describe your products in that way, what size and scale of problem do you solve for them? And if you start to think about your packages and support in that way, about whether it's done by them, done with them, or done for them, you then get such a lovely picture, and you can now put a pricing structure in that relates to the amount of effort, time, and the amount of benefit they are going to get from your service. So up here to this end, it's less expensive, and down here it's more expensive, because down here we're talking about things that are, you're showing them, you're giving them dedicated support to do it for them, and you're going to solve for them a big serious problem. Whereas up here you don't need to charge as much, because they're going to do the work, you're going to tell them how to do it, but they're going to do the work and you're going to make them aware of what they've got to do. And actually the problem involved is only a small one. It's really simple from that point forward to then fill out the rest of this grid to work out what your pricing bands should be. So you'll never be stuck again when somebody says to you, how much would that cost me, or what have you got to offer? Because now if you describe your products and can make them fit into a grid like this, you will be able to quickly and easily and very clearly explain to your customers or your potential customers what you're going to provide, how it's going to be helpful to them, and just how much it's going to cost. That's it for today's Take 5. I hope that's been useful to you. If it has, please pass it on, share it, tell your friends and your colleagues about it. We will have later on a download available of this for you to be able to get hold of a printed copy of something like this for yourself and use the template to work out your own pricing structure. When that arrives, I will put a link in the comments here for you to have. So thank you very much for joining me today. And as I say, if you've enjoyed this, please pass it on to your friends and family, and I'll see you again some other time. Bye.